Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky and I am here with another 12 by 12 layout. I am using the Scoot collection by Dina Rudder for Echo Park. This is the third layout that I am doing with this, well, with the leftovers, and this is the very final layout. So I'm like trying to just use what I have left over within the collection pack. You can see all the papers, the paper leftovers over on the left hand side of the page. You can see right here I am starting with these little angle bits. It's going to take a little bit of a different turn. Those were left over from a previous layout, and originally I thought I was going to use them in the corners because I mean that's how they were already cut from the previous layout, but I am going to end up moving those around. You can see I am just pulling out the bits of paper, trimming them up, trying to make them more straight. Like this one's all wonky. Of course, you can see I cut some stars out of it for a previous layout. So I'm just kind of trying to trim it up into a basic shape, like a rectangle or whatnot. And that's how I'm going to be layering these down. Now those corner pieces, they do move over right here into this center section. I'm not going to end up having anything on the edges of the page. I go ahead and just decide to move those inward. I do have several of these 3x4 cards or different cut apart pieces. I am going to go ahead and cut out some of those. I thought I would end up using one of the cut apart cards, but I will change my mind on that. On this layout, I did not do journaling yet, but as you can see, I did pull out that lined yellow paper, so there is plenty of space on here for me to do journaling. I can do it down at the bottom of the page on the yellow lined paper, or I can do it at the top of the page on that yellow lined paper right there. You see it? Now that one of a kind piece, I pulled that out as well, and that is going to actually serve as my title. I do have the Tim Holtz Distress ink in Vintage Photo. It's a Distress Inks Oxide in Vintage Photo, and I am gonna go ahead and ink the edges of all the pieces that I have previously pulled out to go ahead and put down here. Now, I don't really have a brown tone on this paper or on this layout at all. Perhaps it might have served me better to maybe pull out the Close to My Heart Sapphire ink and go ahead and ink with that. But because I had the Vintage Photo already on my desk, I've used it with this collection before, I just went ahead and went with that because, you know, laziness sometimes prevails. So at the time that I'm putting this together, I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to use up my leftover bits. I don't have a photo in mind just yet. I am going to end up pulling out my printer and printing a photo to actually go on here because I didn't really have one. I just wanted to use up the bits and pieces. You can see right here that one of a kind that I said is going to serve as my title piece. I am popping that up on some foam tape. I'm going to have to move this corner piece down a little bit because I wanted it to be smaller than the one of a kind label. Before it was up way too high and you can see where the corner piece kind of ended, and I didn't want that to show. I wanted it to look like perhaps it was a full sheet of paper. Now looking back at this layout, I can see I have it in my hand and I can see that blue piece. It is not cut at in a perfect straight line. It looks like I might have cut it for the previous layout with scissors or something because it's kind of wonky. I don't care though. I think it still looks really cute. I am going to be using this graph paper right here. I will put it down, and that is actually going to serve as my photo holder. So right here, like I said, I did not want any of the pieces of the corners of those blue angles to show. So I did find this choo-choo train sticker. I'm going to go ahead and pop it up on some foam tape, and I'm going to sit what is that called? Is it the engine piece right here? I'm going to sit it over the blue so that you can't see where that ends. And of course, I'll end up putting another not photo cluster. Nope. I was just saw my photo sitting there. Another cluster over on the right hand side right here to cover up where that one ends as well. I am just putting this little banner piece down. It is left over from one of the papers that I had been using, and I'm going to pull out this sticker that says "You are amazing" and sit it on top of there. You can see my selfie over to the left-hand side. Go ahead and printing photos. I do love that thing. I can print photos with this selfie, and I also do have a large format printer that I use for photos as well. So in this case, I did use the selfie. All right, guys, after I put down those enamel dots around the page, you can see them right there. I'm not going to do anything else to this layout. I want to thank you so much for joining me. And oh yeah, this photo, that's my little grandson, Riker. Isn't he adorable? Look at his eyes. It's so beautiful. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.